Hey, things at the border of Texas are heating up, and what I don't understand is why now? Why all of a sudden? The governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, he has been implementing this Lone Star State policy to stop illegal immigration into his state for 3 years. Why now is it an issue? Why all of a sudden did the president decide to take him to court and sue him because of one little area of land? I don't understand. But let's jump into it. Maybe we can figure this out together. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by the channel. We're about to dive right into this. Let's see what's happening as of today in Texas.
More than 300,000 illegal immigrants were processed by agents. The news comes amid a standoff between Texas and the federal government. In a statement released last week, Texas Governor Greg Abbott says the state has the constitutional right to defend itself and is doing a better job than the federal government. After Texas took control, illegals passed Shelby Park earlier this month. Abbott defied a Friday deadline by the feds to take down razor wire at the park, which borders the Rio Grande.
Okay, let's talk about Shelby Park for a minute. Shelby Park is a state park in Texas. It's not anything to do with the federal government. So it falls under the jurisdiction of the state of Texas. Now, Shelby Park is also the largest border crossing area in Texas. The problem is it's not a port of entry. That means it's not a legal place for people to cross into this country, thus making it an illegal port of entry for people. Yet over 300,000 have crossed just in that point alone. That's larger than some cities in this country that have now crossed in that one section, right? Why is it that the president is so bent on this area of land? Is it because it's the largest land crossing area in the state? But the people coming across are breaking the law. Let's keep going.
Mr. President, you say you want to secure the border. Texas has secured it. Leave it alone. We don't need you down here.
That's Dan Patrick. This standoff grew even more tense after some Democrats urged Biden to federalize the Texas National Guard. Governor Abbott does not think Biden will do that, saying it would be a bonehead move.
Okay, what does that mean? Federalize the Texas National Guard. Okay. So here's the situation. President took the state of Texas to court because they put up razor wire to protect their property, which is what the governor is supposed to do for the citizens of the state of Texas, is to protect them. If you lived on the border, if you had property, and at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, your dog starts barking, and you look out the window and you see 50, 60 people in your yard in the middle of the night, looking for somewhere to lay down, or maybe trying to get into your garage, or your pole barn, or a shed, I think you'd be a little upset. I think you'd be a little unnerved to find that happening at that time of the day. But that's what's happening to the people of Texas, because our federal policies on immigration are the laws that the federal government is not upholding. And when they don't uphold their law, then it puts that back onto the state to protect its own people. That's what's going on. So the president takes Texas to court saying that the razor wire needs to be removed. Texas has kept the Border Patrol agents out of Shelby Park because they were given an order by the federal government to remove the razor wire that is not theirs to remove. That belongs to the state of Texas. The property belongs to the state of Texas. So the Supreme Court decided that Texas needs to let the Border Patrol agents in to Shelby Park. Now, this is where it gets twisted. The state of Texas has decided that they still have the constitutional right to protect their state, which they do. So they've decided not to listen to the Supreme Court. The president then said, if you don't listen, you're going to have something to deal with. He basically gave them a warning. And now they're talking about federalizing the Texas National Guard. What does that mean? Simple. If you're in the National Guard, you already know. You do 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks in the summer. That's your military service. The rest of the time, you're a citizen of the state that you belong to. You have jobs, that aren't military. You have family and you do things because you're only in the military for 2 days, 3 days every month, and 2 weeks in the summer. So if you're federalized now, all of a sudden you no longer belong to the state anymore. You're active duty army falling under the jurisdiction of the president. But for a National Guard soldier who's being told to go back to your home state and do the president's bidding, you're going up against your own people. It's Texas against Texas at that point. And that's pretty stupid.
All we can do is be as prepared as possible, deploy as many people as possible, do as much as possible to put up more border barriers and deny illegal entry.
25 other GOP-led states have pledged solidarity with Texas. Mike?
Tim, at 8 a.m. Eastern time this morning, the Take Our Border Back convoy took off.
Okay, wait, before we get into the convoy stuff, 25 other states have now got on board to support Texas in basically protecting itself. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't want to be. I'm just trying to put this out in a way that people can understand. If the president decides to federalize the Texas National Guard, and the other 25 states that support Texas were to send their National Guard to Texas to aid the Texans in protecting their land against now their own Texas National Guard, which has been federalized, that's a civil war. That is something that no one wants to happen. That is something that no one wants. That is something that it could change the course of this country forever. My question is, why? Why are the Texas Democrats so concerned about people coming into this country illegally that they're asking the president to federalize their own National Guard to go up against their own citizens? The Texas Democrats are showing that they care more about illegal immigrants, people breaking the law, than they do about their own constituents, the people of the great state of Texas who voted for them. You don't care enough about them and their property because you need all these people to come in breaking the law the second they step into the country. Make that make sense. But now, as a show of solidarity, the truckers are going to Texas.
Off from Virginia Beach en route to Eagle Pass, Texas, Yuma, Arizona, and other locations. As stated on their website, it's a call to all active and retired law enforcement, military veterans, truckers, and others to peacefully assemble, pray, and demand the government finally secure the southern border.
This is what we do as Americans. This is how we shed light to a subject. This shedding of the light will result in exposing really what an open border policy looks like. But literally, I promise you this, that 40 miles north of that border, there will be people that will never have heard of the border problem because they just watch mainstream media.
The Take Back Our Border convoy will be holding 3 rallies when they arrive at their destinations this Saturday, February 3rd, one in Eagle Pass, Texas, one in Yuma, Arizona, and one in San Isidro, California. But before they get to the final destination on Thursday of this week, a border rally will be taking place in Dripping Springs, Texas at 5 p.m. in the HEB parking lot along Highway 290. And we are pleased to welcome back to Victory News Sheriff Mark Lamb of Pinal County, Arizona. Sheriff, our average American citizens are fed up with our president's refusal to close the southern border and are headed to, as you heard, 3 locations, including Yuma, to protest and pray this Saturday. Are these type of actions valuable, do you think, in getting Washington's attention?
Well, I do think they're valuable, and they should be valuable because what's in Washington should be representatives of we the people. And if we the people are saying we're upset, our representatives should be listening to us. Unfortunately, this administration has proven time and time again that they think they're above the people, that they do not need to respond to us or listen to us. And I think this is
And there you go. He said it. This administration this current managerial class think that they know what's best for everyone. They don't care about what you or I, everyday citizen, John Q. Public, has to say about what's happening to our country. They don't care. That's the reason that they are constantly doing whatever it is they want at our expense. Because that's what it really boils down to. The government is supposed to be for us. We the people. And they work for us. But yet, how often do we hear, we know what's best for you. Listen to what we say. We're doing this because, honestly, we don't think you're capable of making your own decisions. So, I stand with Texas on this one. It's their state. Falls in their jurisdiction. Falls under their constitution. And if you ask me, the president has better things to do with his time than worry about Shelby Park. We just had Americans killed by a drone attack today in Jordan. And those came from Iran. So, yeah, stop worrying about the state of Texas and start worrying about Iran. That's what I say. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with what Texas is doing? Do you agree with what the federal government is doing? Do you agree with me? I want to know. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, give it a like, a share, drop a comment. Let me know you subscribed, or let me know what you think. Give me your opinion on what's happening in Texas. But until next time, I'm Kix. Thanks for watching.